Greetings. Today I want to discuss soft racism. More specifically, what exactly is soft racism and how it deprives us of real human dignity, all of us. Now, soft racism consists of two elements. First, the establishment of a victim status for a minority. And second, the establishment of an oppressor status for a majority. And then, the final key step is establishment of a savior group, a group upon which the oppressors have to go to be redeemed, and the victims are protected by this group. Therefore, you must go to them. They are the key of power. Now, how does soft racism look when you look at the victim group? What soft racism says to the victim group is that you are an oppressed minority, that the other people, the other whites, who are not a part of the savior group, are your oppressors, that you can't achieve as much in our society as they, because they are oppressing you in one form or another. It can take the form of saying it's cultural oppression. They don't really know that they're oppressing you, but they really are. To the outright statement that they're racist by nature. But the goal of this this element, is to establish in the black community a sense of being an oppressed people, where you don't have the opportunities that the other person has, unless, of course, you go through the savior group. Now, the next step of the soft racism is to establish who is the oppressor. And for this one, they always focus on the whites. Not all whites, mind you, because if you're a white member of the savior group, then you're okay. You've been redeemed. But if you're not part of their group, you're not redeemed. You are, by your very nature, whether you know it or not, a racist. And you are, whether you know it or not, oppressing the black population. Therefore, or whatever population they might pick in their structure. Therefore, you have to learn how exactly you are the oppressor, until you come to the revelation that you are an oppressor and that you must redeem yourself. And the only way you can redeem yourself, join into the power structure of the savior group. Now, the savior group is the Democrats. History has been rewritten by the Democrats. It was the Republican Party that was the original abolitionist party. They wanted to end slavery. It was the Republican Party that passed the vast majority of the bills that were to give rights to the black population so that they might become equals in our society. It was the Democrats who encouraged segregation. It was the Democrats who opposed all the moves on the Republicans. It was the Democrats who, quote, Democrat-like people who made the South and opposed the North when it became Republican and started the Civil War. It was the Democrats. In fact, the most beloved figures of the Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King, was a Republican for most of his life, up until a point where he was arrested. And then John F. Kennedy brokered a deal with them that he would release him from jail if he became a Democrat. And from that point on, the Democrats have been seen as the saviors. The only reason why the Republicans opposed things like affirmative action, because affirmative action falls into is a power structure of soft racism. The idea that you can't succeed unless you go through us, and we'll tell you how many of each person to hire. We'll tell you how many of each category. Who's going to manage these numbers? The savior group, not the oppressors. We'll be attacking them so that we may protect you. But you all have to come through us, because we are the saviors of all these people. Until we as a people learn that true freedom comes from equal possibility. And equal possibility comes from the least amount of interference by the government. The only thing the government should interfere with is things that are specifically designed to keep people from having equal possibility. Affirmative action doesn't do that. Affirmative action doesn't give equal possibility, it prohibits possibilities. So, we as a people need to embrace less government, more individual freedoms, so that people can thrive of all races and all genders. Until that happens, we're going to continue to see the Democrats use the race card and play one race off against another so that they maintain their power. There you have it. Thank you very much, and God bless.